It would help if you guys could hear me, wouldn't it? Hello there, everyone. Been having all sorts of audio issues this evening. So, those that we've got the raid going on the other computer. Unfortunately, I couldn't switch it over to here. I should have thought about that. You guys had everything placed. It wasn't going to transfer over easily. On top of that, this one wasn't properly updated. If there's one complaint that I have about Strain Raiders, I mean, I know it's in beta, and I know they're working on developing stuff here, but literally, like, every time I open the program, it's got to be updated. Hey, Obi, welcome back. So let's get that battle set up here. Let's see if I close up the other one now and open this one. Okay. Foods! Yay, foods! Okay. Open Stream Raiders, please. So that I can move on here. We're successfully... Now it's wanting me to re-log in, and it's all confused. I'm switching computers on it. Awesome. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to start right here. See if we got any upgrades here before I go back to doing anything else here. Yeah, I can upgrade my tank there. I should have done that before. Oh well. Oopsies. Next map. So, halibut, macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts. Meant to do that all throughout tonight's dinner because we're sort of doing the national days this month, and it's National Macadamia Nut Day. I do love me some macadamia nuts, so that's a good excuse to enjoy some. Oh, thankfully it was just a pan and not any food. I was paying it a little less attention because it was just a pan. So I'm very thankful it turned out okay because I like those pans. I still occasionally grab for things, but I've sort of like tried to train myself to just not grab anything that's falling after. I mean, it isn't just knives that are in kitchens that you gotta worry about. It's just about everything. But I do occasionally respect the 5-second rule here. I mean, this is my home and not commercial setting. We're not certain. I'm eating it. It's me eating it. Not giving this off to someone else to be eating food off of my floor. But I might take the risk occasionally. So I think the first part here is going to be getting our oven going and roasting bananas for the cake. And this is partly why I picked this recipe is I haven't just straight up roasted bananas before for a recipe before. So we got nice yellow but not super ripe bananas. We used 2 of those guys for our cake tonight. Let me pull up the recipe here, which I don't have ahead of time. Lovely, I didn't save it in my normal place either, so I get to search it. There we go. Okay, we're using melted butter, so I don't have to worry about butter being warmed up. I think we're going straight into roasting those bananas. Turn our oven on 350 here. Fan on low. Get ourselves the pan. Some parchment. It says just to throw them on there, skin and all. So we'll give that a shot. Got 2 more if that turns out hideous for some reason. We're going to quick roast these bananas. The bananas are going to be roasting here for 30-45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes. Yep, we're going to throw them in there just like this. And then the recipe says to pull them out, and we should be able to be scooped right out of the skin. This is a African or Kenyan dessert. I'm stealing it from Food and Wine. The pictures of it on Food and Wine are not very pretty. I'm hoping I can do a better job than they did in Africa. Perhaps famous last words there. And I've been pounding the water here a little bit. I think I want to open this wine. Grab my water glass while I'm at it, though. You're going to need to rinse out. And so while we're waiting on the oven to warm up and all that good stuff, let's start chopping some macadamias. And I'm going to chop these with a knife on purpose, because I don't want flour, which Have a good one, Blitzwolf. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. And as I was saying here, I'm going to chop these with a knife myself. These lovely, buttery, salty macadamia nuts. And I picked up the halibut. I decided that I was going to do whitefish for this. I mean, since it's... And I walked in the store, and lo and behold, they have halibut, flatfish, on sale. So, hey, we're doing halibut tonight. Nice flat fish. Don't worry, have to worry about bones. Tend to be rather mild in flavor since they're a flatfish. They sit on the bottom of the wherever they live, in this case the ocean. Looking for something yummy to float above them. So they don't move around a lot either, and that was sort of what I was getting. The more, it's sort of the general rule, whether it's meat or fish, the more it moves, more flavor it's going to have worked into it, but it's also going to be, in the case of meat, it's going to be a heck of a lot more tough. Need a lot more cooking time and care. Not worried about a couple of chunks in there. I'm always going to get chunks with the knife. You're always going to get chunks, period. But the idea here is we don't want the flour. We want actual nuts. And we had a decent amount of it because I, of course, went and bought more than I needed because it was on sale. That's a weird shaped guy. Do a rough chop on him. Sort of surprised at how cleanly these are cutting. I mean, yeah, it's sort of fracturing, but it's not like some nuts you try and chop into them and they just go flying. There's a lot of small guys here, but that's the only real hassle here with these. Sale is not always good. Yeah, that also goes into the whole do it yourself. It's better for you. Spend more time doing it. put more care into it, care more about what the ingredients you choose to put into it. And yeah, you got to work to put it together, which is good for you too. Though calorie-wise, I doubt that quarter cup of these guys is 200 calories. Nice, Obi. I saw your post earlier today with your all-out dinner the other night. Not doing that again tonight? Close the bedroom door here. Reduce our chances of setting off the smoke alarm with the oven on, which 350 probably won't happen, but every once in a blue moon, get 400 degree oven and that's all it needs. Oh, okay, cool. So I actually already forgot a lot of it. I know you did something like crostinis with mayonnaise and something else on it. And yeah, that's in one eye out the other. Looked good though. Not supposed to drag a knife like that. I keep doing it, but not supposed to do that. Supposed to do that. Dull end. Discreet. Okay. I think that should be good there. And yeah, we got a minimum amount of flour because it wasn't just pulverized. Gonna make a little 1 egg small batch of not quite mayo. We'll use that along with our macadamias here. Be almost like egg yolk with a little bit of oil here. We're not talking your typical mayo. They'll lock all that nuttiness down on our fish. I did see that I have some skin that I think I want to probably pull off here before we get into that. Let's see, are we going to have to not only roast but wait for these bananas to cool to do this? Yes, let the bananas cool. Medium bowl mixed together, yada 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 yada. More. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do that last a little bit there. But the rest of that looks good. Okay. So let's make a little bit of mayo. Formula One pizza, what's that? Or just you eat pizza when it's Formula One? Yeah, I have that problem too about eating alone, Minion. I don't remember it as long, or it's not nearly as impressive to the mind either when you just mow down in front of the chat room or don't make it an event. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Weed's Kitchen. We up to temp yet? Yeah, finally. Okay. So we can put our bananas in the oven. Going in the oven. Just like that. Yeah. Pull out the olive oil here. I'm using a metal whisk. I shouldn't do this. Don't want to use a metal whisk with a metal pan when you're making something you're whisking heavily, like whipped cream, or in this case, mayonnaise. You will literally turn it gray. So let's use a gray whisk instead. But what'll happen is either from the whisk or from the pan bowl, one of them is gonna work away the metal on the other one, and so you end up getting a lot more. You'll end up getting so much metal from the bowl or the whisk that you will turn your mayonnaise gray. So, Claire Williams is no longer part of the Williams racing team, and Renault is now going to be known as Alpine, and Racing Point is going to turn into Aston Martin, and Red Bull's going to have to find someone to replace Aston Martin all over their car. So many changes this year. We still haven't even figured out what's going on with Vettel. I was reading an article today that now it's looking like he ain't even going to be at Racing Point either. Of course, that's all rumor mill. Just set a timer here and make sure I don't forget about those bananas. Yeah. And now that I'm thinking about it, the contract that Williams signed with this Dalton, or Dalton, or sounds something like Dalton, financial group, is to preserve the name of the car, so the FW number, a series of it. It's not to protect the Williams team name. This team ain't going to be called Williams, I don't think, anymore. I didn't think it was going to be called Williams for long, or I didn't think any of them were going to be involved for long, but I thought it was going to be longer than this. I thought it's going to be longer than one race before she dips out. I was like, maybe the end of the year. And the other interesting thing with this investment company that's bought it is, even though it's an American-based and operating company, it's apparently 100% or majority owned by a very, very wealthy British family, like royalty wealthy. So it sounded like it might as well be that the British government bought this team without wanting to tell anyone. But it opens up other things too, like, I mean, it's owned by someone, it's a shell company, it's all this. Did Hamilton buy it? I think that's going to get better or worse. Because, I mean, if Liberty Media is talking about more races here in the States, you already got Norris here on Twitch, and it's just going to increase. And Haas is really only, I mean, Haas is an American company, but that team is more Italian than it is American. Especially if you count where the products are actually being made. The U.S. used to have more than one race. I don't know that that's... I mean, we're definitely breaking that more than one race in one country rule this year. We're doing multiple races at the same track. Which is sort of cool, because they're changing the tracks up and we're getting classic tracks with completely different stuff. Like, they were showing the long track, the old track, with the helicopter this morning. Well, for me it was this morning, but for practice, and I'd love to see that, like those old wooded treed areas where it's up high banked and no one can see what's going on. Oh yeah, they'd never allow that, but they'd want to cut all the trees away for safety. But now you got the teams fighting again over, okay, is this Williams? Or is this new team? And do they get to keep Williams points? And do they... Meh, 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 meh. They're always going back and forth, and we're never going to really hear all of it. I mean, like, I doubt we'll ever hear the full story on what happened. I mean, we all know that Ferrari got hit for their engines, for cheating with their engines, but is that ever going to come out as a real story? I don't think so. It's along the lines of the whole thing with Alonso crashing on purpose, and some of these stories we're just never going to get the whole thing out. Good old Crashgate. Okay, we're getting pretty good. Let's do a little bit more. Let's thicken that up a little bit more, because I'm going to add a little vinegar to this, and that is I hope they can bring it back for 2022. They're talking like they want to rebuild their whole team. Lots of other interesting stuff going on. Like I'm still curious to see. McLaren's not doing as good as I was thinking they were going to be, but still wondering what they're going to be doing here. They're still those. I mean, they're going to be using engines from Mercedes, and McLaren's always been the sort of Aero Kings, or the yeah, they have to be back in 20. Well, I sort of want to agree with you, but it doesn't sound like they're going to at the same time. I mean, for their team and for their legacy, I can see that. Oh, hey, maybe you guys want a little background music. Maybe you'll actually hear it on this one where I can actually play it. And we got another battle ready to go here, because I'm not listening to things because I don't have my earbuds in, because I got all rushed and trying to figure out things here. So let's go here, Entropy. Let's see what we got for our next battle here. I'm gonna go quick sneak and put my earbud in here. Uh-oh. Not looking good here. Oh. That was a little too hard, I think. Let's keep going though. Let's give that one a second shot here. There we go. Now I can hear what's going on. Yep, gonna put him right up next to those guys. Oh wow, a whole bunch of spear throwers. More spear throwers up there. Someone's got a rogue, maybe a rogue up here. And something to go after that spear thrower there too. Alright. It'll be fun when they put the roof on. Yeah. Yeah, you can already see how some of the teams are playing games in that regard. Like, these engine teams are going to spread their people out. You know, they're going to go from team people to engine and logistics people that are helping out the other teams. They're still going to regain their advantages somewhat there. I want to do a little bit more oil in this. And I went and cleaned that whisk because I don't know what. And I need to add vinegar into this. I need to add seasoning into this. It's nice and thick now. It won't be when we're done though. But yeah, I'm very much a fan of the spending cap idea. I understand them standardizing the car. I don't like it though. A little acidity. That was a little bit more than I wanted. Couple splashes of any mustard in my mayo. Not typically. And I don't have any mild... Well, actually, that's not a horrible idea tonight with the fish. That was a couple splashes of Frank's Red Hot. Most people use a couple drops of Tabasco. And since you mentioned mustard... Oh, this isn't mustard. We're not going to do that. Almost went and put horseradish in my mayo. Yeah, I don't got any mustard to add in there. But if I had some tonight, I would have thrown a little bit in there. I don't typically do so, though. Just because the mustard would have went fine with the fish. Little white pepper. Little bit of cayenne. And I would probably add some onion powder. But mine's all clumped up. It's not going to work in this. So, skipping the onion. Oh, salt. definitely needs salt. Yeah, and mustard is something, it's a nice cut for the fish when you're doing something like this. I got the veggies going along with it. So I'm just going to throw this in the fridge to hang out for a little bit. Put our oil away. Evening, Kirby. Doing well. How's yourself? I don't pull many tricks though, so I'm assuming you're saying things. Yes, we need help with the map, Kirby. We lost the last map. We're on the hardest map of the new theme. What do I want to do next year? I want to wait for this. I think I'm going to do a quick batch of pasta here. Well, that's if I have any semolina left. Like I was saying before, cake mix, I got that in my kitchen too. I do not have any more semolina flour in there. Oh, there it is. It's hidden. There we go. Awesome, Kirby. What you making for yourself tonight? Nice, Sobe. Thanks for showing up. I know it's late for you. I know it's late for you too, Kirby. This music's a little loud for me. Yeah, that's up quite a bit higher than I normally have that. Let's do about there. If it's too quiet, let me know. Stream Captain did tweet earlier today that they are rolling out their beta of the mobile app. They're giving an option for people to try and win the contest and get an early access. Oh, I'd like me some frozen pizza every now and then. Which one do you guys go for? I'm typically more of the flatbread when it comes to the frozen pizzas. Not a huge fan of all of the rising crust frozen pizzas. Getting a little flickering of light there. So I'm doing 1/4 semolina, 3/4 AP flour. We'll throw an egg yolk in there and see what we get. thin base all day. Yeah. Uh-oh. This fire engine going in the wrong direction there. Haven't gotten into stuffed crust. Never really. I think Pizza Hut just put me right off of that. Never even really bothered after they ruined. And on top of that, I'm absolutely envious of all the weird stuff. My lights are flickering. I hope I don't lose the stream here, but real possibility in this world. But I am totally envious of the weird and wacky and amazing pizzas that they're making in places like Japan. You know, like all sorts of weird things. And I doubt none of them would, like, fly as permanent menu items here in the States. But we don't get any of them. It's like we don't get any of the good potato chip flavors either. Yeah, sorry, Obi. Got another 20 minutes until the bananas are done roasting. But, also doing banana pudding on, I think it's the 16th? That's going to be one of the more interesting nights. It's going to be breakfast for dinner. And, yeah, a couple interesting dinners. I don't know if I want to plug them all ahead of time or not. One of them, I wrote in the Discord, but I wrote a couple of them in the Discord, but one of them in the Discord, I'm straight up like worried someone's going to straight up steal from me and do before I get a chance to do it. Nice. Good fish and chips. I'm thinking I want another egg yolk here. I'm gonna add another egg to this. I'm gonna get the nuts off of the board too. I'm gonna get my macadamia nuts off the board. Let's figure how far ahead. It is currently 5:24 in the evening or afternoon here right now. I'm guessing it's close to 1:30 for you. 2, okay. It's like scrambled eggs, but it's not. Yeah, I would guess that he probably is too. Or northern. We went too dry. Now we've gone too wet. Gonna try and incorporate this as best I can here. And then we'll start adding flour to dry it back out again. On top of Germany. Sort of just about where I wish I could be living right now. Take note, everyone. This is the way not to make pasta. Like I said, I went too dry, then too wet. I had my ratio messed up here. Getting better looking here now, though. Need a bit more flour, though. This is getting really close, though. Pasta monster. I was sort of thinking it might be cool if Stream Raiders did a game where you could go either side of that battle. You want to talk about troll wars? You imagine playing a game where you get to pick where the enemies are, but you don't know who you're playing against. Something where the game was smart enough to say, okay, they've got enough players placed on this map, we need another enemy dropped. Give a viewer a chance at it. No, it was someone putting another character down. I didn't see who it was. Yeah, I think so too, Kirby. Might be a little rough for the guys that have, like thousands of viewers, that sort of thing. Gonna be sort of obvious. But at the same time, I think it would work. Or I think it'll at least be worth the try. Well, I don't know, Obi, have you played? Are you familiar here with Stream Raider? What we're sort of saying is, as it is in normal stream, you can place players to defend mine. But there's AI placing characters for us to fight. I'm sort of thinking it might be cool to have. Might be cool to have the players be able to place the enemy units in an anonymous fashion for our PvP. So it wouldn't be necessarily so much a beginner's thing, especially since you could make it, you have to be certain level good player before you can be a bad player. It's fun, Obi. It's a little addicting. It won't take it. It can take your money, but it's not going to if you don't want to. It's the only real money there is for speeding things up or getting skins. Give this a good knead here, make sure it's nice and happy and well mixed. Seem to have gotten the dough down to a happy combo here. Perhaps a little too stiff, but we'll live with it. Obviously it was not my best start, because this is looking pretty decent now. So, are you guys' thoughts on the whole closure of Twitch Sings? It's got me worried about Twitch as a whole. It's got me thinking that Amazon's gonna push Twitch to be nothing but Amazon Prime games, and will push everyone off onto Amazon streams to try and sell things for them. Because right now they have the issue of Google, Microsoft, not you, are all working on their own software and their own hardware. And I think Amazon's going to try and... I think I'm going to get shut out once again. But... no idea that part. I don't know if they put it on the on the official Twitch account, but they posted on Twitch support today that they are discontinuing Twitch Sings sometime towards the end of this year. So we'll let the dough rest for about 20 minutes here. Do a little quick cleanup here. We got another 6 minutes till our bananas are out. And the fish and the veggies are going to be pretty quick here. Actually going to have to turn the oven up for the fish. The veggies are just going to be a quick saute tonight. I'm going to need to make some sort of sauce here now since we have pasta. So I might as well get a bechamel going here too. Well, that's part of it too. My worries here about what they're going to do with Twitch as a whole. If they scale down their streaming platform to just games and to that Amazon Streams program, which is only through their phone app on iPhones, which I don't own an iPhone. But if they scale it down to just those two things, they don't have a whole lot of copyright to worry about. They get rid of their singers. They get rid of all their artists. I just don't like that thought, and I keep getting that same vibe off of partners. They're ditching all their contracts. It sounds like, hey, Big Davey. They got rid of Doc. I don't think they're going to continue re-signing these other guys other than, the heavy-duty gamers. But, I don't think Tim's going to get millions again. Or whatever he got from Twitch. No worries, Big Davey. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good day working. Nice rest. Let's do our battle here. Give this another shot. You think you got it this time, Entropy? It's gonna be close. Victory. Yay, scrolls. Warrior scrolls. Archer skin. Nice. So top or bottom here, Entropy? I'm sort of tempted to go low. I think I'm gonna go low here. I'll wait for your response though. Screw cap for tonight. Don't need the corkscrew. Ooh, that smells. This could be a good one. I've been liking the Rodney Strongs, but we'll go low. Let's see here. I'm gonna go up from the top here. Or wait a minute, I can't see what's going on there. It's not a very good entry point. I'm gonna go in the very top here. Yes, timer. Very top. Let me place them there. There. Invalid. Why do you keep telling me it's invalid? There we go. Oh, that's why I'm sitting here sweating today. I don't have my fan on. Might actually make it through the campaign here tonight. Actually, I think I'm gonna make it through this campaign tonight, whether or not. But that's smelling lovely right off of the bottle. Oh yeah, all sorts of minerals in this. I'm gonna love this. Perhaps a little too acidic, but yeah, that's good. Nice and acidic. No real butteriness. Very light or no oak. Lots of minerality. Nice golden color. Give you guys the color close up here. Not much in the way of sugars in the glass here, but clean and crisp. Should go great with that fish. Would probably be amazing with some like hot, spicy, fresh foods like fish tacos. This is amazing for fish tacos. Maybe on the lighter end of Chardonnays will handle a chicken or some heavier stuff. I think that guy's maybe a little lighter on the lighter end of that.
What are you afraid of?
But the acidity will probably punch through it just the same. Sort of like those wines with a huge amount of tannin. That one's the acidity. It's hi, hello, how you doing? I need to pull those bananas out of the oven. So, bananas roasted in the skin there for you, Obe. Letting some of their juices out. We're gonna let those cool down like the recipe calls for.
They talk about another kind of world.
What are you afraid of?
Ah, I didn't realize my
I'm lost in old ways.
pixel chat thing was. I gotta just remove that.
I'm not afraid.
I want the closed captions, or I want the captions. But I think I might add the closed caption overlay so people can turn it on or off. I've changed my audio function, or audio settings, and not 100% sure how I can still pipe my audio to the web browser for that. It's probably still possible. I just don't know how to do it. So we got that set aside, we got that done. Let's cut up our veggies. Oh, that's not good. Freezer's trying to freeze my veggies. Or my refrigerator is trying to freeze my veggies. You notice the crook neck. Give those a quick rinse off here. Yeah, I don't think the skin would taste very good either. But the recipe says here to scoop it out of the skin. So I'm a little worried here that since it's an African recipe, their idea of bananas is probably a little bit more plantain-like. But we'll see. we'll give it a try here. It's just gonna be going in the cake anyways, so. Doing that old trick there, just scrape wherever there's dark or dirtiness on your yellow squash, and amazing, it turns yellow. Hey, how about that? But yeah, I mean, it probably does impart some form of flavor there. I mean, along the lines of grape leaves or something like that. How they cook so many things in other leaves. I could probably find me some green bananas. I mean, I can find plantains, no problem. In fact, I almost picked one up by mistake when I was grabbing these, because I only wanted 2 of them. I've already ate half of that bunch. This is Mexican asparagus, so supermarket drew it up here. These are farmers market veggies. If this was farmers market veggies, I would think these are probably perfectly tender. Because they're not, I have a feeling that some of these are going to be a little too woody. But it just goes to show you, it matters where you're going for your stuff. Your level of quality. You could have something like this look like this and look green, not that like white woody look. This is still going to be woodier than what I would get at a farmer's market. Farmer's market ones will be, I've gotten ones that are twice as thick, 3 times as thick, and just tender, smooth, soft. It depends on your opinion. I like some wood in my wine. I like some, I like my cheese cured on wood. Or fermented or aged. I like cutting on wood. But, not a big fan of eating it. Regardless of what those green can craft people are trying to sell everyone. Not going to get rid of all the seeds this way, but we're going to get a lot of them. Yep. Of course, on the other hand, you have to realize that same thing about the farmers at the farmers markets, because they're getting everything at once. And so while they're going to have the best produce, they're also going to have the narrowest window for having that good produce. So when they have it and they tell you it's good, buy it then, not next week. Which is sort of what's annoying me about my streaming these days since COVID. Because since COVID, I'm sort of planning and organizing, which is good on one hand, but it totally kills my element of my stream where I just went to the farmer's market in the morning and saw what looked good. So that's something I'd like to bring back here, but may be a while. I don't know why I'm cutting all this with a paring knife. I'm just in the mood for using it, I guess, tonight. Actually, even if you still want something from a farmer at the farmer's market next week, buy it from them that week. It'll probably be better in the fridge than in the field. And they need to sell. How about your local farmers? Well, that's the problem. You shouldn't do that at a store. Because the store is just selling you whatever they can sell you. And so if you go in there looking for the best deal, they'll sell you junk. So, like, I remember you doing jarred potatoes or something for a while there. I was like, why? A lot of people don't realize how many farmers are around them at the same time. I don't know what your situation is. I know you're in a completely different country. But people will tell me that live in Michigan, Midwest, northern places, what have you, be like, I don't know any farms. There ain't no... There's farms. Do a Google search. There may not be some convenient market for them, but they probably exist. They're probably just selling the restaurants. Yum, 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 yum. It's got a little bit of that fermented fruit almost funk, which typically don't get in. You occasionally get them in Chardonnays like this. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It sounds like a bad thing for me right now. But I'm liking that. It's a little bit of that, like, almost durian funk. So we got these started. Let's make our cake. Because I need to get that in the oven so that we can make our fish. And looking at this recipe, it looked like half wet, half dry. And what am I baking at this? What temp? 350. Okay. Or wait a minute, is it still 350? Love it. My recipe here, which it has step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then step, no number, nothing after it, and then step 5. I'm guessing step with nothing after it was supposed to be the baking instructions. There are no baking instructions here. And so... Eesh. Don't know what I'm going to do with that one. Guess we're going to have to guess. Wow, 12 hours. That's quite a ways, Obe. I'd be shocked that you don't have something closer. Wow. I'm going to turn that music up a little bit from there. There we go. Baking powder, cinnamon. I say that like they're the same thing. Teaspoon baking soda or baking powder, or teaspoon of baking powder, but there's a teaspoon of baking soda too. Yeah, we sort of, even here, we still sort of have that winter lull. We do have year-round markets, but things are certainly not as pretty in winter. Cinnamon. A little bit of ground clove. About a quarter teaspoon. Gotta be careful with clove. Clove is one of those ones that make everything clove. Nutmeg and salt. I didn't think there was gonna be nutmeg. Guess so. Ooh. How long do you have above 55? One and a half cups of macadamia nuts. Quite a bit of macadamia nut. Love me some macadamia nuts though. They're just... I actually was sort of half wondering how different they are from if you salt cured a water chestnut. And it's a rough chop, so. One of those songs that apparently doesn't have lyrics. I mean, maybe they're saying something incoherent, but those are still lyrics. Debating how much I want to cut these down, because you do want to know that there's actually nuts. And I'm Mr. Rustic about his plating and food, so I'm not offended by a couple of chunks and things. I think I'm going to leave it just about that. Two cups sugar. Sugar. So there's our dry ingredients. We'll give that a quick hand mix here. Now for our wet ingredients. Start with 2 lightly beaten eggs. Battle. Give ourselves a battle break here. Yeah, I'm liking that. That worked out pretty good there. You got all the archers hidden back behind the wall. The flag war. With the... I think we got some other stuff to go through down further down, but there we go. Oh, that was it. Poggers in chat. Victory. Kirby with the scroll, barbarian scroll. Now we go for the boss or the question mark. I'm gonna leave that one up to Entropy here. He's got the experience. Or Kirby if you want to ring in, or anyone else. I'm not trying to. with that, I think I'm gonna pick. Yep. I think I'm gonna pick the question mark. The big guy? Let's do it, Entropy. Oh, we still got one more to go. Okay. Back to our eggs. Now slightly scrambled. That was the lovely noise you were hearing while I was playing the battle. We need that. We need melted butter. What else we need in this recipe? Buttermilk. Forgetting that already. I bought buttermilk just for this. One and a half cups of this lovely thick stuff. So I had to buy all of this for not even half of it. That's the problem with buttermilk. You gotta buy buttermilk for like 2 or 3 recipes if you're gonna buy buttermilk. Unless you're one of those weird old people that like drinking it straight. But just so we're clear ahead of time here, yeah, I'm not putting buttermilk in my coffee. But ahead of time here, Entropy, we going for the boss in the next map, or are we gonna go for the chest? Which one's the? This is my first time through the Badlands. Yeah, not doing buttermilk and morning coffee. That buttermilk and cherry ice cream I made, that was amazing. I would definitely do buttermilk ice cream again. That's like straight up eating cheesecake ice cream. Hey, cooking girl. How you doing this evening? We got a quite lovely Chardonnay. We're working on making a pudding cake here. It's National Macadamia Nut Day, and we're sort of doing. I don't normally do national holiday food stuff, but that seems to be sort of the theme of this month for me. So we're doing National Macadamia Nut today, and I'm working on a roasted banana, and I'm gonna throw that. Let's not do that. That's gonna be too burnt. But oh yeah, buttermilk is great for all sorts of baking stuff. It's awesome. There's no alternative when it comes to making fried chicken. This is coming out pretty nicely though. That's awesome. So, a little bit of nice color in there from the roasting. I was expecting that to be more of a mess. And actually, now that you said that about the skin here, Obe, about it being bitter, I want to try a little of this. No problem at all with that. That's nice and sweet. That's good. That skin didn't do anything negative to it. It doesn't smell great right now, but I don't think it did anything negative to the banana itself. Start mixing our dry in with our wet here. Do our best not to develop gluten, just getting all that thing soaked. Before that gets too nasty, we'll switch to a spatula here. Fork was good for the eggs and for the smashing of the bananas, but when it comes to good old mixing, few things work better than a good spatula. Okay, where'd that go? I thought I had that there. There, it's not there. There it is. Nine by 13. That could be Obit, but I mean it was pretty easy and convenient here. I mean, just throw them on a pan. I didn't even need that parchment. Need to coat our pan with some butter. And I think I need some more melted butter. I think that's all I got left in here. But just taking the butter, rubbing it all over the pan here. Making sure we got an even coat, so nothing wants to stick here. It's sort of, you sort of got to realize that with 9 by 13 like this, it's almost weird. It almost has like a, most of them that I've dealt with have almost like a gutter going around the side. The glass is thinner at the edges there, and so it's actually harder to coat. But I'm going to do the sides up, all of it, get it all nice and buttery. Got our oven already at 350 from the bananas. And I'm going to leave it there for this. Like I said before, don't have the greatest baking instructions on the cake itself. Again, since I live alone, I'm just throwing this back in the fridge. I don't have someone to complain at me if I've been telling that one too often. I gotta stop saying that one. But yeah, it's probably good for a fire pit, but it's not what I'd normally think. I think it's just easier. Okay, so we got all of that. We need melted butter in here too. Oh, orange zest. Orange zest. We're going to use this half in this and half in our honey cream. That is going to be our topping. Alright, so we're going with that. Give that orange a little bit more of a mix up in here. But there we go. There's our banana, roasted banana, macadamia nut pudding cake. A little tap tap, make sure we got all those major air bubbles out. And let's see, we got an oven at 350. Let's throw it in the oven here. We'll check in on that here. We'll give it 30 minutes. Like I said, the directions aren't super clear. So we'll live with what we got there. Try and figure it out as we go. Yeah, it was from your, it was from when you were doing your, prepping tests. That's a pretty emote. Cooking girl, what is that? Cooking yum. Is that your emote? Yep. I like me some mushrooms. Mushrooms are yummy. Do I have what I need for this? No, I don't. So we're not doing it that way. Really liking this wine. I mean, it's not... It's not spectacular. It's not amazing. It's a nice wine. Let's roll ourselves some pasta here. I'm gonna throw this fish back in the fridge. I shouldn't have had that out. I think I'm just gonna hand roll the pasta tonight. We'll skip setting that machine up and all that extra noise. No, it's clean. I cleaned this counter just before I started the stream here, but it's not looking all that clean now. This is a half size. Well, I changed up the recipe a little bit, but this was originally a half size order of pasta compared to usual for me. Pizza pasta. No, I have a feeling that wouldn't be too yummy in the oven like that. Yeah, we were getting there. I was trying to prevent that though. I am going to fold this at least once. If only to, we got some dryness and some scabbing going on. We want to mix that back in here. So. Do an envelope fold here. Well, do the sides in. And then centers in. Or book fold or envelope fold. This is an envelope fold. But book fold very similar. Nice. Pizza time. I'm hungry. I was eating right now. I'm still rolling out pasta. I haven't even started water for it. One last roll here, and then we'll start slicing. Very lightly, not trying to push this down much at all. Or start cutting here. Bug is on my arm. Some nice thick noodle pasta there. Throw a bit more flour over the top of that and let that hang out. Need to make ourselves a quick bechamel here. Something to mix in with this pasta. And let's use this guy. Well, see, that's your problem, Kirby, is when you get it in the computer, it's actually a placing bonus. You got to get it in there. That helps your game. Sort of like the old console plug-in cheat systems. That the tomato sauce just makes those extra connections you can't get otherwise. Saying all this without even being able to read chat. Pizza juice potion. Absolutely. That's exactly it. It's the pizza juice potion. You need that on your keyboard. That helps. Trying to curdle all this milk here real quick. Not really. I'm achieving that though. We got any stock hidden out down here? Yes, I have stock here somewhere. Yes, right here. This way, right? Thank you, cooking girl. Ended up a little thicker than I intended, but it's gonna be good. Let's get some water going. We'll add that. Mute the chat here for a second. There, now we got all the water in there. Don't have to listen to the faucet running that whole time. Turn the heat down on this, even though it's still cooking a little too warm. This cleaned up nicely. Gonna add a little bit of the green can to that at the end to finish that one up. Get rid of this little bit of stock here. Where's my all that's in use? We'll steal this for now. Use that for on top of our water. Got another 12 minutes on our first check on our cake. I suspect the cake's gonna kick closer to 45. But don't want to overdo it here, so we're going to check it at 30. Matches your trees nicely, too, Kirby. Yeah. My listening to my own chat is probably changing my talking patterns. I don't know. Because I keep stopping to listen to myself instead of continuing to talk. I'm sure it's also changing my patterns because I'm actually listening to myself now, and I can actually, like, listen to the things that irritate myself about my own noise. Yeah. Silly Hats did a nice job with the donuts. Let's make ourselves some honey cream here. I'm going to take the other half of this orange and zest it. So, I was wondering if anyone would find that. Yes, I did. There you go. Yeah, I absolutely don't sound like I think I do either, Entropy. That's always irritated me since I was... Yeah. So I'm gonna save the orange juice for something. But we also need some... Do I have them down here? No, I don't. I have lettuce down there. I have lemons over here. And limes over here. Let's do lime. I like lime more than lemon. Why do they have to make containers so good at holding them? It's like they're trying to keep them from escaping. Thank you, Kirby. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it's a little late for tea or coffee. So what do you guys think? I started the stream off a little bit earlier tonight with the marbles and getting stream raiders going ahead. What would you guys think would be the better play? I continue to do that and sort of extend my stream, but just sort of hanging out ahead of time, or doing like a Monday morning stream like I sort of tried earlier and sort of gave up on, but adding the games in there and sort of doing the talk show to figure out what we're doing for the next week and talk about Formula One, talk about news, anything else that's irritating you guys. And some honey. Well, if it was Monday morning, it would be Monday morning for me, which would be like 9 o'clock. It was the same time I was doing them before. I don't know if you caught my chat things before, Kirby. I know Obi has, but... Yeah, well, that's sort of... I don't really want to extend my cooking streams. I have been going later. Like, I'd normally be wrapping up around now. But I'm also trying to... it seems like the average here on Twitch for cooking streams is pushing 5 hours plus versus my, like, 3-ish hour. And so I'm just sort of thinking that I want to up my hours to a certain degree, but I don't necessarily... I mean, I've already got more than enough food, so I can't do much more cooking for myself. But that would give people... Speaking of battles... Oh, lovely. Middle of the game here, I get to update. Let's see if it keeps our game. I had to update it before the stream. Um, let's see. Yeah, I got another ping on Discord. They told everyone they're yeah. So we're gonna add some yogurt to our honey and zest. See if we can't get that to finish up here. I know you're not looking at a great screen at the moment. Screen. Screen. It's a great screen. That is not so. I haven't done much in the way of sour yogurts. I mean, they're a little bit sour to begin with, but not like funky sour. Without looking, I'm assuming our last ingredient here. Oh, hey. Cool, we can play our battle. And you guys can see it. Awesome. Welcome, oversensitive snake. Ooh. Alright. We said the boss entropy. I'm gonna go for the boss. And there we go. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what we got here for our bananas. That was looking nice and golden brown. That doesn't mean that it's done. And actually, it's looking a little wobbly still here. Yeah, I'm gonna get that a little bit longer. It's looking pretty though. So I think that needs probably another 15 minutes. The outsides are looking nice. The center of it's starting to get some nice color, but the center of it is still just liquid. So definitely needs longer. Let's marinate our asparagus here since we got a minute. No soy sauce tonight. Or did I get soy sauce? No, I don't have that yet. I ordered it though. I ordered soy sauce. Weird world. No, one of those weird combos. We got lime, balsamic, which I'm pouring in there now, and Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Never pronounced that one right. Even though I now know to pronounce it as Worcestershire sauce. Smelling gas somewhere. There we go. My cream sauce here turned off on me. Flame got too low. And here, we got garlic honey. Well, we had a little garlic honey in there. Had a little sweet funk. Love me some garlic honey. If you guys are unfamiliar, thank you, Bon Appetit, Brad, for the fermented garlic recipe. But essentially just garlic fermenting in honey. Add a little apple cider vinegar and make sure you don't get any botulism going on. And it's just deliciousness. The honey thins out from the garlic fermenting in it. And it's great on like pizza crusts or breadsticks or anything along that line. Great into all sorts of flavoring and marinades. You want to add a little sweetness and a little garlic. And then the garlic, you get to use the garlic. And the garlic's sweet. So, it's great for all sorts of stuff. At this point, since we're making like a homemade pasta, almost tempted to dice these guys. I think I'm gonna leave it as is. See if we can't stack things up nicely with our fish. Which, still haven't gotten into that either. The first thing I did here was cut the nuts for the fish. Haven't even put them on. We're still waiting on that cake. Might be a late stream tonight. I mean, the fish is only going to take 15 minutes or so here. But, do need to get that oven up to 400. It's probably going to be another 30 minutes here after we finish the cake, and we still got another 9-10 minutes on that cake. Could be 8 o'clock-ish finished tonight. So I'm sorry for you UK and Europeans. Appreciate you even stopping by. I understand completely if you need to crash. Appreciate you even saying hi. Yeah, you gotta stick around for the boss fight, Kirby. But I understand if you're tired. I might as well just stay up. 6-7 hours? That's almost like... I've been going to sleep late for myself. That's like when I'm going to sleep these days. But... Kirby. Welcome, Car Guy. How you doing this evening? I see you sneaking in there trying to see what I'm doing. We got a quick batch of hand thick rolled pasta here. These are gonna be like some thick noodles. We got a basic bechamel cream sauce going on, or thickened half and half sauce on the stove with a little stock. Got a sort of nice, tasty Chardonnay, light oak Chardonnay, nice minerality, acidic, not very fruity, not very citrusy, but not very buttery either. We got some squash that I'm going to give a nice quick sear to. We got some asparagus that I'm doing a quick marinade with. In the oven, I've got a roasted banana, almost said tomato. Roasted banana and macadamia nut pudding cake. We have what sounds like a nicely boiling pot of water here. And lastly, we're working on gonna do I made a mayo earlier, homemade. I'm gonna use that along with macadamia nuts and some fresh caught halibut, and that's gonna go in the oven. So we'll have baked out halibut, fresh veggies, a nut coating, some pasta with a cream sauce, and some tasty dessert. U.S. Nationals, nice. Which Nationals? Like, I mean, for what sport? You're usually talking about drag racing, so... Yeah, I understand they have U.S. Nationals for dragsters, but they have them for all sorts of things. U.S. Nationals could be swimming, or any high school sport. Put my roller away. That's still clean. All right, Chef, you do that. I don't have to hear it. I'm okay with your boss hating me. That's a trade-off I'm willing to make here. Well, okay. In that case, you better get on your own case and make sure you're keeping up with that tree quota. And I go from making fun of this earlier to adding it in this. So, gonna have a nice and woody bechamel here. Gotta make sure and get our quotient of wood in our diet. I'm forgetting the proper term. Cellulose. Of course, it takes me looking at the can in order to remember. Not sponsored by Traxxas. I have a Traxxas truck. I used to be into that stuff. Probably doesn't work anymore. And it's several thousand miles away. But I own a Traxxas truck. Little nitromethane guy. Toyed around with that when I was in college. Metal yellow. All of those C and D companies. Smelling nice and cakey in here. Let's check this recipe one last time. See what all we got here. Ooh, yes. Let's do that. So our yogurt needs a little Kahlua. I think that's a good play. Lime zest, or orange and lime zest, Kahlua, yogurt, and honey. They want to mix that with heavy whipped cream. That ain't my style. We're making frost in here. Whole milk. We're going to turn this into a frosting instead of a whipping cream. So we're going to add a little sugar. I love me some Greek yogurt too. Wouldn't call this the recipe for it. Yes, I know the cake's waiting on me. Not that concerned at the moment. I do like me some thick Greek yogurt, especially when I'm eating yogurt, you know, like for breakfast or something. But just in general, I don't think it's as useful. Alright. There's our thin frosting. I see that hydrate. Give me a moment here. Gonna take a look at our cake. That's looking a little bit better there. Yeah. Nice golden brown. Nice even color. Looking good there. Let's see if we come out clean. That's pretty clean. Gonna give it a second check here with the second device though. Use a skewer here. Yeah, that's good. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's having a lovely evening. Thank you for joining me. Doing a light marinade on the asparagus. We're going to do squash, asparagus, and whitefish, along with some thick noodle pasta, our cake, and a simple bechamel. Whitefish, I'm doing, well, whitefish is a rather generic term. I am cooking halibut tonight. So a flatfish, very mild in flavor. We'll let that cool a little bit. We're gonna pour that frosting over the top. It's gonna absorb in all of that goodness. Maybe have a nice glossy top to it, hopefully. That's already 10 times better than the picture I was looking at. So I'm very happy with that so far. Just for the halibut, yeah. Okay. So we're good with that, we're good with that. We got our water going here. I'm gonna put the water actually on a back burner here. That felt good, by the way. So we got that on a nice high heat back here. Move this over here. Let's start in on our veg. And while we're starting in on our veg, increase the temp on our oven to 400 for our fish. Let's finish our fish up and have that ready to go here. Yes, they can, Admiral. Sometimes I do. Not going to bother tonight. This is a supermarket asparagus, which is more tending to be woody, like you're suggesting. I'm just not doing it tonight. Yes, it is better solution. It is old school to peel all of your asparagus. I gave these a good 2 or 3 inch cut off of the bottom. Little worried we may still have a little bit of woodiness left, but I'm just gonna live with it. I was actually talking about that earlier, Admiral. I'm normally buying my halibut, or sorry, my asparagus from the farmer's market, and it's normally even thicker than that, and I don't have to worry about it being woody. But because this is supermarket, asparagus, it's more of a concern. Come on, skin, work with me. It's not the end of the world we leave the skin on this, but especially since we're baking it. But I'm just not a fan of fish skin. It so rarely tastes decent. It does on a rare occasion, but it just so rarely tastes good. Yep, Admiral. That's sort of my thing here. I tend to be a bit more rustic and common with my cooking. I'm just cooking for myself here on stream. I cook 3 nights a week, and I generally eat. Maybe I'll eat out once a week, but generally what I'm doing is I'm cooking one night, eating leftovers the night after. I'll come back the next day and give you something new to look at. Oh well. That was more meat off of there than I wanted, but it worked. So like I said, I bought more than I need here. This is tonight, tomorrow. This is more than I need tonight and tomorrow. But I fell victim to a sale. They gave me a good price. I bought too much. We have our mayo we made earlier, our thick mayo here. It's been chilling out in the fridge. Get that a little bit more of a whip up. But if you're joining us late in the game here, I made this by hand earlier. So that is real mayo. None of these hydrogenized half fake oils. Someone's gonna hate me for that comment. No worries, Obe. Thank you for stopping by. Like I said, I'm gonna throw that frosting over the top and sort of call that one a night. It just needs to cool. You, of course, will be able to see the pictures on Discord or on Instagram. But I completely understand you being Europe. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully the banana recipe was not a disappointment. Putting a nice thick coat of our mayo on there, our homemade mayo. Which, if you think about what mayo is, or you watched me make it earlier, it's 95% oil and egg. So it's gonna do a great job of sealing these guys right to that flesh, but it's also gonna do a great job of providing some fat, some moisture, and some added color to that fish. So it's one of those old school. I've shown it a couple of times on stream now, but it's one of those old school restaurant hacks. Put mayo on your fish, especially if you're grilling it. That sounds like a battle. Have a good night, Obi. Hope you enjoy your qualifying races in the morning. Let's do our battle here. Let's do it, Entropy. Let's take on this guy. Kirby, you still awake? Oh wow. He took me to 50 health in like one hit. Go! Uh-oh. We lost our tank here. We have enough archers? Woohoo! Absolutely, Admiral. 8 gold, that's not bad. We'll random the winner. Congrats, Entropy. Get yourself a Musketeer scroll. Get a bit of gold. A Warbeast scroll. I haven't heard of a Warbeast before. I guess I get a Warbeast. But I'm not going to start a whole nother map tonight. So we're going to start this. We'll do this on Sunday. We'll start here on Sunday. We have enough time to continue on? No, I think we're pretty much there. We're going to throw this in the oven right quick here. And be done in 20-30 minutes. Or we can maybe do one more map, but it's not going to worth starting a whole nother. So, going to continue this on Sunday. Let's get our oil going in the pan here with our veg. That pan's been sitting here warming up this whole time, so it should be nice and warm. Gonna kick the heat up on our water in the back. Sorry about that rattling. Take our halibut and put that sheet pan here. Take what we can of the leftover nuts and sprinkle that back over the top. Waste not, want not, especially with the price of macadamias. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great night. Sleep well. Do a fresh cracked pepper on our fish. Make sure we got dry fingers here. And salt it up nice and heavy here. Actually, I bought them specifically for this meal because I don't keep them around the house normally. But I did buy 2 big bags of them. So I only ended up using about 1 1/4 of the bags. So I've got some left over now, but with many things in bulk, it matters on how much you actually use them. Like, yeah, you're gonna get a heck of a lot better on price on macadamias if you buy a bulk amount of them. But if you're not gonna use them for a year, they're gonna taste like crap. So you're not getting a good deal. So I try and buy things like flour and dry starches, stuff that'll last forever that I'm not worried about. That stuff I buy in bulk. The stuff that I'm only going to use a little bit of, it's just not worth it. You get a better deal, but it's not worth it. Halibut in the oven for roughly 12 minutes here. And throw our pasta in the water. Sort of use the term pasta loosely there. That's some pretty thick pasta at the time. I should have probably rolled that out a little bit thinner. I apologize. I saw someone said something in chat there, but swap mics here. Yeah, whole nuts are always more expensive. Probably should have used a larger pan. Just slightly overcrowded here. Got like 2 extra pieces. The major thing with macadamias, though, is production time, if I'm not mistaken. It's not a matter of them. It's not a demand thing. It's how much it takes to produce one. Which is still sort of demand, but it's different at the same time because you can have demand for something and be able to produce it. Of course, if something takes a long time to produce, you can't necessarily do it to demand. Get some nice color here on these before we switch over to our asparagus. Pull our pasta out here. Give that a heavy salting. A little bit of oil over the top. Fishy knife. Oh, that water's hot. Like, I need to turn my water heater down. I know it's summer, but that is just too hot. Pull these guys off now that they got some nice color. They're nice and cooked through. And we'll finish with the asparagus. Yeah, squash was something that sort of grew on me, too. I don't think my family cooked it bad. We just didn't do much squash. And so, anyone's wondering what the liquid we got in the pan in there with the asparagus, we've got lime juice, some Worcestershire sauce, and a little bit of balsamic. So, sort of traditional characters there with our asparagus. Pasta was maybe cooked a bit early there. Certainly early for an Italian restaurant. I think I'll survive. Now that we got... it's still a bit warm. I'm tempted to throw that frosting over the top of it, but want it to cool down just enough. Starting to get there. We got the color. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to go a little bit past the color to get these cooked well. Got another 3 minutes on our fish. I think our fish might take closer to 15. It's a nice thick cut, but normal time would be 10 to 12. Oh yeah, Admiral. All the farmers markets around me all have both. They have both. They have zucchini contests or squash contests as far as size, but they also have zucchini car races because all the kids in the local schools make cars out of zucchinis and race them down ramps. Gonna pull the asparagus off now and cut the heat on that pan. Let that hang out here. Grab a sip of this lovely wine. Minerality. Love me some minerals. I'm gonna sneak a peek at the fish. Oh yeah. That's gonna need that 15 minutes. So I'm gonna take that timer up there now. It is, it's a lot of fun. You get, it takes up a whole night too. Because you only got the one ramp set up. So you can only do between like 3 and 5 kids at once. And you get like a lot of kids. You actually get the adults in it too. And they start doing random things and cheating. But it's enough of a family-friendly, fun event that they're not sitting there being, well, you can't do that. They still cheat though. So we're just waiting on our fish here to wrap up. We got our nice thick homemade pasta here. Like I said, I think I should have done these a little bit thinner, but I'll be okay with that. It's not gonna kill me. They are fished over the top. And nice and ugly. Alright, I'm gonna pour the frosting over the top of this, regardless of the results. I'm calling it frosting, but there's booze in there. Make sure to try and coat all the edges of the whole thing here. Awesome. So that's looking nice. That's gonna continue to be soaked up and absorbed by that. Be a nice glaze as it absorbs and makes it happy. Get rid of the towel underneath. It's making things uneven. Starting to look like we're getting there. All that lovely booze in there with the flour and banana. Oh yeah. Somewhere to set this pan when it's done. See how we're looking here. Nice flaky. We're cooked. Could maybe use a little bit more color, but we're good. Get ourselves a couple of beauty shots here. Side shot here. Not my most gorgeous work here tonight. I am sure it's gonna taste damn tasty though. Give you guys a close-up here before we wrap things up. Got our white fish, with our thick pasta, some veggies. And then we've got our roasted banana and macadamia nut cake here that's got the warm frosting that's absorbing in slowly there. I'll give you guys some photos of this. I am certain that's going to be nice, clear, crisp, citrusy glaze over the top once that soaks in and dries. That's going to be delicious. I was worried about that. The photos of that was not nearly as nice as that. Very happy with that recipe. This Chardonnay is going to go great with this, but it's not your typical Chard. It's not full of oak. It's nice, mineral rich, acidic. Quite enjoying that. Don't think I've had a wine from Rodney Strong this year that I've disliked. Anyone out there have any? That's a question I haven't asked people. I should ask people. What's your guys' favorite wines? Anyone out there have a favorite wine? Alright. So I think it's raid time. Looking forward to enjoying all of this. This is going to be a great dinner. Kendall Jackson, KJ, yeah, they're one of the big boys. I'm certain what they're putting out under their label is certainly drinkable. They usually hold a huge heirloom tomato fest, and they haven't done that obviously this year. Sort of missing that. I think I'm gonna give up my normal Friday night raid here. We're gonna go say hi to Rhino like normally on Friday. Appreciate you guys all joining me tonight. I hope to see you all. Hope to see you guys all here on Sunday. Doing charity stream on Sunday. Making 1,000 caramels. And then Monday, I'm going to be here wrapping them. Going to be donating all those. Anything that you guys give me as far as donation, bits, anything during those 2 days, that's all going to charity. And then all sorts of interesting things coming up here in this month. I've got my upcoming dates always down in the cards. Like I said, I got some interesting stuff coming up this month. I'm excited for some of it. Appreciate you guys joining me, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye-bye.